Okay, we've got to simplify this and write it as a fraction in its simplest form. No problem. Where shall we start? Well, there's a divide sign there. I don't like the look of that, so let's turn that into a multiply sign and flip this fraction here. Standard fractional multiplication division. Something divided by something else is equal to the something times the inverse of that thing. So this is equal to 4 minus x plus 3 times, flip this, x minus 2 on top, and x squared plus 5x plus 6 on the bottom. Okay, good. What next? Well, I bet that if we factorize this, we'll get a cancellation. There always is. They always set it up that way. Okay, so we've got x squared plus 5x plus 6. Let's factorize it. And I bet you that one of the factors of that will be that or that. Okay, so it's equal to 4 minus x plus 3 times x minus 2 all over. Right, we're going to factorize that. So what do we get? We're looking for, well, it's going to be x and x, isn't it? 'Cause it's just x squared. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply to give that and add to give that. Okay, well, 1 and 6 multiply to give 6. 1 and 6 don't add to give 5. You could have plus 6 minus 1, but everything's positive, so there can't be any negatives here because plus 6 and minus 1 would multiply to give minus 6. So it must be 2 and 3. 2 and 3 multiply to give 6 and they add to give 5. So it's plus 2 and plus 3. I was right. We've got an x plus 3 on the top and an x plus 3 on the bottom. We can put brackets around that because whatever's here, whatever's multiplying, this is multiplying everything on the top. So that all belongs together in a bracket. So I might as well write this out. I'm going to write exactly the same thing. I'm just moving the x plus 3 onto the top there to make it look clearer. That's the same as x plus 3 over 1. Okay, so this is the same as on the top, it's x plus 3 times x minus 2. Okay, on the bottom it's 1 times this, which is just that. So it's x plus 2 times x plus 3. Okay? And as you can see, they always set it up so when you factorize you get a nice cancellation. X plus 3 on the top, x plus 3 on the bottom, gone. So this is all equal to 4 minus x minus 2 on the top, and we're left with x plus 2 on the bottom. Good. That minus, okay, is multiplying the whole thing. That minus there is multiplying all of this. So you could put brackets around the top if you like, that's fine. I'm going to leave it like this for the moment. But this is where people go wrong. If you're going to make a mistake in this question, it's going to be here. Don't let that minus sign drift up here in front of that x. So you end up with minus x minus 2 on the top, okay? It's very important. That's like a big minus 1 multiplying the whole thing. It's minus 1 times everything on top. Very important. Make sure the minus sign, okay, I've drawn it slightly above the line here, but it should be level with the dividing line. And it's minus 1 multiplying the whole thing on top. Good, okay. Right. So, fractions, standard procedure. We multiply this number by we're going to write this number on top of whatever is on the bottom here, and we're going to multiply that on the top as well. I didn't explain that very well, I'll just do it. We're multiplying that number by that, which is x plus 2, and we're putting it over that as well, over x plus 2. I'm going to write it in brackets. Because 4 is the same as 4 multiplied by something and then divided by it. Minus this thing. I will introduce brackets this time. X minus 2 over x plus 2. Okay? Right, the reason we did that is we've got the same denominator now. So that is equal to the top, which is 4x plus 2, minus this whole thing, x minus 2. Like I said, it's minus 1 multiplied by the whole thing. I didn't write minus x minus 2 with no brackets. It's very important. Like I say, that's where you're going to go wrong if you go wrong anywhere in this. Don't forget the brackets. All over x plus 2. Okay? Right. Which is equal to I'm going to multiply out the top. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 2 is 8. Minus 1 times x is minus x. Minus 1 times minus 2 is plus 2. All over x plus 2. No need to write the brackets. There's no real need to write them there. But yeah, I know I keep banging on about this, but it's easy to end up with a minus 2 there, not a plus 2. And that's where you're going to lose marks. Because, okay, last time I'll say this, but this happens so often, okay? When you have this sort of thing with a minus multiplying the whole thing, the minus drifts up there, it ends up just on the x by itself, and you forget that it's also multiplying the minus 2. So you end up with minus x minus 2 on top. Write brackets, so to remind yourself, it's minus 1 times all of that. So you get plus 2 instead of minus 2. Okay, I'll shut up about that and just get on with it. Right, let's finish this off. 4x minus x is 3x. Plus 8 plus 2 is plus 10. All over x plus 2. There you go. That's how it's done.